Right. Good morning. It's a rainy day here in Monterey. It's been a while since I've done a yoga flow, so I thought I would post a restorative yoga for us this morning. Restorative just means that we're going to be holding poses a bit longer and taking a more relaxed flow rather than doing our sun salutations. So you'll need your yoga mat, and that's about it. Let's get started. So we're going to start our flow down in child's pose. So whenever you're ready, you're going to have your feet together, knees out wide, and reach forward through your arms. Inhale, exhale. Good. So we're starting to kind of feel a little movement. You want to feel no tension in this pose. Relaxed. Inhale, nice and deep. Exhale, slowly. Take a couple more inhales. Start to feel your hips relaxing, the weight of your body going down into the ground. Another inhale for 3. Exhale. When you're feeling ready, we're going to stay here in child pose, but we're going to walk our hands over to the left-hand side. Reach your right hand just a couple inches further than the left to feel a nice side body stretch in your right side. Inhale, relax through the hips. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, go ahead and walk back to center. Do a little bit of movement here. Again, really working on getting our hips nice and relaxed here in our child's pose. On your next inhale, let's switch over to the right side. Reaching that left hand just a little bit further than our right to get a nice left side body stretch. Inhale. Exhale to release any tension. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, coming back to center. We'll take a pause here again, nice inhale. So today during our restorative yoga, I want you to be using your exhale to really dive deeper into your stretches. You want to feel a stretch, but not tension in your toes. All right, on your next inhale, we're going to lift. Straighten out the left arm a little straighter. We're going to feed our, we need to move. Sorry, Lucy's in the way. We're going to feed our right hand through the space underneath our left shoulder. And we're going to lay the right shoulder onto the ground. Open up your shoulder blades. Feel a nice stretch through your right shoulder. Inhale and exhale, sink deeper into the ground. And on the next inhale, let's center. Switch it out. We'll straighten out our right arm, feeding our left fingers through the space between our shoulder and the ground. Releasing our left shoulder onto the ground as we exhale, and a little deeper. Open the space between your shoulder blades. Get a nice stretch in your left shoulder. One more inhale. Center. We'll do one more quick stretch forward with our fingers. Go tent your fingers so all 10 fingertips are on the ground and try to reach your fingers just a little bit forward. Stretch through that spine. Pull your back of your tailbone back and down. Fingers pull forward. twist. Leaving our fingers here, looking up towards our hand, we're gonna lift our chest up and forward into a Sphinx pose. So we've got our hips coming down to the ground, elbows flat, forearms on the ground. Lift our chest open wide as we inhale. Exhale, sink your belly a little bit deeper. Lifting our hip up. If you need to kind of roll out your hips. Sorry about Lucy's belly. Inhale. Exhale. Good. On our next exhale, we're going to come down to the ground, face falling down, arms out to a T. We're going to do the reverse shoulder stretch that we just engaged in. So we'll start with our left hand out wide to a T position, 90 degrees. Right hand is going to come underneath your right shoulder. Our right toes are going to lift up and over to touch on the other side of our body as we lift kind of a reverse supine twist over to the left side. So this is the front of our shoulder that we're stretching. Make sure you're inhaling and exhaling. Use that right foot to support your body where you need. So if this is a very intense stretch, you can use that foot to keep your hips kind of level. Stay here for one more inhale. And on your next inhale, let's come back to center. Rolling back over to both hips on the ground. Shifting into our right side, so our right hand goes out straight to a T, 90 degrees. Left hand comes underneath our shoulder. Lifting our left foot up and over. Sorry, I'm a little too close to the wall, so I have to move over a little bit. There we go. Lifting your left foot up and over to the right side of your body. Getting a nice front stretch in our shoulder. No need to push through your left hand. We're just relaxing it here on the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more nice deep inhale, round of breath. And exhale. And then on your next inhale, we'll come back to center. Before we move on to our next pose, we'll do a little bit of a quad stretch, getting our legs warmed up. So we'll put our hands back down by our hips. You can have your head forward or to the side. We'll start with the right side, bending your right leg, grasping your right foot with your right hand, pulling your foot down to your bottom. Depending on your flexibility, you may or may not feel a stretch here. If you want to engage in more, we can bring our left forearm to the ground, lifting back into that half Sphinx pose to get more of a stretch in our walk. Inhale, exhale. One more round of breath. Inhale. As you exhale, relax all of your muscles. Really pull your foot into your bottom. All right, we'll switch it out, moving our left, bend our left knee, and you're grasping our left hand to our left foot. Using our hand to pull our foot down to our bottom to feel a nice quad stretch. If we want to engage a little further, we can bring our left forearm to the ground to what would be like kind of a one-arm Sphinx pose. Inhale. Exhale. One more round of breath. On your exhale, really relax every muscle in your body, using your left hand to pull your right foot or your left foot closer to your bottom. All right, releasing our left foot back to the ground. We're going to push back up to a child's pose. Pushing back, hips back to the back. Get a little movement as we rest here in our child's pose. Move your hips around. Really sink deeper as we inhale and exhale. Alright, so we're going to engage in a few more deeper stretches here, so we're going to get into a little bit more movement. So when you're ready, we're going to come up to tabletop position. We've got wrists underneath our shoulders. We'll start with a few cat-cows. So on your inhale, pull your navel up into the back of your spine, chin to chest, inhale. As you exhale, lower the navel down to the ground, open out your heart to the front. Inhale, navel up to spine, pull chest, chin into chest. Exhale, cow pose, open up the heart. Continue a few more of these at your own pace with your own breath. Inhale as you rise. Exhale as you sink and lower. Feel free to add a little bit of hip movement when you're down in your cow position. Roll out your shoulders as you're in your cat. Really just releasing the spine, feeling a nice stretch in those opposite positions. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath here. Inhale to rise. Exhale to down lower. All right, we'll meet back in our tabletop. We'll do some circles on our wrists. So rolling our shoulders forward around our wrists. Go ahead and go in the opposite direction. Flip your wrist under. Let's do one at a time. So left side, flip your fingers, palms facing up. Flip your fingers to the outside, roll back and forth your shoulders, get a nice stretch to that wrist. Flip your fingers to the inside, palm facing up, roll back and forth. Be gentle, but also feel a nice stretch to the outer hand. Good, switching sides, we'll do our right side, fingers flip under, palms up, facing towards us. Flip fingers to the outside, rolling our shoulder over our wrist. Feel a nice stretch through that wrist. And then fingers face inside, palms flip up. Nice rolling out of the shoulders to feel that stretch in the top of our hand. All right, coming back to our tabletop position, we're going to, when you're ready, pull your right leg through, coming into a low lunge. So we have our left knee continues to be on the ground. We've got our hands framing out our right foot, so we want to make sure our knee is stacked on top of our ankle. And we're going to start by just lifting our heart and opening up through the left side of our body. So we want to have a nice straight angle between our left knee all the way up to our shoulders. You should feel a nice intense stretch here in your left hip. Make sure that your knee is not pushed over your ankle, so if you need to walk your right foot out further, please do so. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, keep your chest open and dig deeper into that left hip. If you do want more, you have the option to bring your right hand up and put your elbow on your knee. That can allow you to get a little bit deeper in that stretch. We'll stay here for a couple more rounds of breath. Inhale. Chest open as you exhale. One more round of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. If you had your right hand on your knee, go ahead and frame out your right foot. We're going to push our hips back, straightening out our right leg, getting into the back side of our right leg in that stretch. If you want to lift your toes up, or you can keep them down wherever the stretch feels best for you. We'll take a few rounds of breath here. Inhale. Open the chest, exhale, lower a little deeper. It's all right to have a little bend in your right knee, a micro bend. You definitely don't want to be hyperextending here. We want to feel the stretch in the back of our leg, but without straining any of the joint spaces. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, sink deeper. And again, you can play with kind of lifting your toes up or keeping them on the ground. If we keep them on the ground, you'll feel a little bit of stretch here in the front side of your right shin. Good. On your last round of breath, I want you to focus on pulling your right hip back and your left hip forward to really straighten out your hips. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, lower just a little deeper. And when you're feeling ready, we're going to come back to our low lunge, so bending our right knee. Frame out your hands. We've got ankle right under our knee. We're going to push up, hands come up to the ceiling. Good. Really focus on straightening out your hips. So I want you to intentionally pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, interlace your hands back behind your bottom. Palms to touch, open up your shoulders. If you're available to go a little deeper and open up your chest. And then on your next inhale, I want you to open up your left hip, so reaching forward, straightening out our left hip with our hands interlaced behind. Inhale. Open that chest, exhale. This is a really intense pose, so really use that inhale and exhale. You'll feel your left hip tightening to keep your balance, but really use that exhale to relax that space. All right, on your next inhale, let's frame out our right foot. We're gonna lift under, or we're gonna flip our left toes underneath us, and we are going to push all the way up to a high lunge. So this will be a little bit of a balance. So we're gonna push straight through our left leg, all the way up straight to our warrior one position, bending through our right knee, having our knee stacked on top of our ankle. Your weight is centered in between your bodies, so I don't want you too forward or too back. We want to be centered between both of our feet. Inhale. Exhale. Good. On your next inhale, interlace your hands back behind your bottom. Palms to touch, open the chest. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. On our next inhale, we're going to cartwheel the hands open to warrior two position. So we're going to open our left foot flat onto the ground at a 90-degree angle to our right foot. Arms out wide, roll the shoulders back and down, stretch the arms out to either side. Again, our body weight is going down through the center, so bend through that right knee. Make sure your knee is stacked on top of your ankle. Inhale, we'll stay here for a few moments. Exhale. Again, open up the shoulders, relax them back and down, pull your shoulder blades back and down on the back side of your body. On your next inhale, we'll reach our left hand back and down the right side, or the back side of our left leg. Reverse the warrior, right hand goes up and over. On your next inhale, we'll put our right elbow on our right knee, bend deep through that right knee. Left arm goes up and over to a side angle. Inhale as we exhale, open up your shoulder. If you're feeling ready for it, look up towards the ceiling. Get a little bit of balancing act here. If you feel your body starting to tighten, as you exhale, release those hips open. next inhale, we'll come back up to warrior two. And we'll straighten out our right leg. Move your right toes to face parallel with your left toes. So we're now into a side start position. Arms to rise. As we exhale, we're gonna look, hinge through the hips, lower down, hands to the ground. Inhale a couple times. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, rise to halfway. Exhale, sink deeper. One more time, inhale. And if you're feeling ready for it, we'll grab our right ankle with our right hand, left ankle with left hand, and use our ankles to pull our top body down a little deeper. If you're not ready for that, we can continue to keep our hands on the ground as we fold forward. Always do what's best for your body and where you are today. Keeping in mind that our everyday actions impact how we come to our mat, right? Some days we're a little more tight, a little more sore. Other days we're a little more flexible, a little more loose. Inhale. Exhale. If you grab the back of your legs, go ahead and plant your hands. We'll come up to halfway lift. And we're going to move into Skandasana. So we're going to bend through our right leg, side body lunge. Bend through your right side, open up the left leg. Different variations. If this is too deep for you, you can come up into more of a 90 degree with your right elbow on your right knee. Or if you're ready to be deep in this position, we don't want to feel any pain in our right side. This is a left side body stretch. So be aware of what your right side means. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more inhale. And exhale. All right, keeping our left leg straight, we're going to switch into our low lunge with our left leg extended. So make sure your right knee is on top of your right ankle. Frame out your right foot with your hands. As you inhale, extend your upper body. Exhale, sink deeper into your hips. Inhale, open up your shoulders, open up your chest. Exhale, sink deeper. One more time, open up. Exhale, sink deeper. And on your next inhale, lower your left knee to the ground. Flip your toes under. Walk your right foot out to the outside of your mat. We're going to go into our lizard pose. So you have a lot of different options here. You can hang out right here if that is enough of a stretch for you. You want to feel a stretch here on the right side of your hips. You can open up your right hip. You might feel a little crunching as you go there, so just be gentle and hang out here if that's what you need. If you're ready, you can also go forearms down to the ground and hold there while you inhale and exhale. So lots of different variations. If you want even more, you can also bend the left knee and grab with your left hand to do kind of a twisted lizard pose. So any variation that you're feeling is good for you today. Go ahead and take that. We'll take 3 inhale round of breaths here. Last round of breath. When you're ready, we'll bring our right leg back to neutral, and we're just going to swing it back behind us, coming back into tabletop position. All right, so we've done one side. So we're going to go back into our left side now, repeat all of that on the other side. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow while we're here, just to get back into a neutral position. Go with your own breath. Inhale, navel up to the ceiling, chin to chest. Exhale, open shoulders, spine back and down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. All right. So moving on to the left side, we're going to bring our left foot in between our hands, making sure our knee is on top of our hip or our ankle. And we're going to start just by opening up our right hip. So our right hip is already feeling nice and warmed up. Remember to make sure if you need to move your left foot out as far as you need. As we inhale, open our chest. Exhale, sink deeper into your right hip. We'll take a few rounds of breath here. If you do have yoga blocks, this is a great place to be able to use those to get your chest lifted a little higher. Good. On our next inhale, we're going to push our hips back, straightening out our left leg, getting into the back side of our left leg. Remember to keep a micro bend in your knee or even a big bend. We don't want to hyperextend our knee here. As we inhale, we're going to open up our chest, and as we exhale, we're going to sink a little deeper. Option to have your left foot up and towards your face or to keep it lowered on the ground, whatever feels right for you, or you can even play with both positions. Inhale, exhale. On your final round of breath, I want you to focus on squaring out your hips, so pulling your left foot hip back, right hip forward. Open up your shoulders as you inhale, exhale, lower deeper. All right, when we're feeling ready, we're going to bend through our right knee or our left knee, coming up to hands come rise above the head. Weight is in our right knee. As you inhale and exhale, I want you to focus on squaring out your hips. So really intentionally pulling your left hip back and your right hip forward. When you're feeling ready, we're going to interlace our hands back behind us, palms to touch, open up the chest. Roll the shoulder blades back and down, and if you're feeling ready for it, we're going to lean forward into that right hip, making sure to move our left ankle forward if we need to do so. Inhale. Exhale, release any tension that's trying to hold your balance. Let the body go into that stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Really intense stretch here. Do not let it go into your lower back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. All right, go ahead and frame out the left foot. We'll flip our toes under. And we're going to push all the way up into our warrior one. So push through that body, arms to rise. Weight is in the middle of our body. Feel free to adjust your feet as you need them. Inhale, shoulder blades back and down as we exhale. Good. You stay right where you are. I'm just going to switch to the other side so that I can face you on my warrior two. Stay here. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bring your hands back and down to the back side of your body. Interlace the fingers. Open up the chest. Take a round of breath here. Inhale. Exhale. If you're feeling up for it, look up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. All right, unclasping the hands. We're going to cartwheel the hands out to warrior two. So bring our right foot to a 90-degree angle to our left. Bend deep into the left knee. Body weight is center. Arms pulling out to either side. Inhale. Exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Sink a little deeper. Take another round of breath. Inhale. Exhale, sink deeper. So warrior two is both a strength pose, right? We're here and we're holding this nice and strong, but we're also maybe feeling a few stretches as we're here. Feeling our sinking deeper into our front leg, opening out those hips. On your next inhale, reach your right hand back and down your right leg, lift the left arm up and over to reverse warrior. round of breath, inhale. On your next inhale, or on your next exhale, we're going to lower our left elbow to our left knee. Right hand comes up and over the top to a side. I always forget the name of this one. We'll call it a side warrior, but that's not what it is. Extended side angle, I think. Inhale, exhale. Good. I just realized myself too, so let's do a quick check-in. Make sure that you are not keeping, you want to sink into your hips, bend through that left knee, really opening up those hips as we're in this position. One more inhale, and exhale. Good. On your next inhale, rise up to warrior two. Open up or straighten out the left leg and turn your toes to be parallel to the front of the mat. Star pose, inhale. Exhale, hinge through the hips, fold forward. This time we're going to take a couple twists. So as we inhale, we're going to lift our right hand, twist the body, right hand up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, stay here for one more round of breath. On your next breath, we'll switch it out, putting our right hand down, lifting our left hand up towards the ceiling. One more round of breath. Go ahead and lower the right hand. If you want to join me, this is a fun little back strengthening core exercise. We're going to repeat switch right, left, just one breath at a time. And your goal is to actually not touch your hands. So we're going to engage the core in order to keep our upper body parallel with the ground. We'll inhale, right hand up, exhale, lower. Inhale, left hand up, exhale, lower. Engage that core, inhale, right hand up, exhale, lower. Inhale, left hand up, exhale, lower. Good job. Sink deeper. Ragdoll your arms, so grasp your elbows with your hands and really let gravity pull you down into this side angle stretch. All right, plant the hands. This time we're going to look over to the left side. Skandasana on the left side of our mat. So we've got our right leg extended. Again, if this is too much for your left side, you can come up to a 90-degree position with your elbow on your knee. You want to feel the stretch here in the right side of your hips. Not any pain here holding this position. Inhale. Exhale. One more round of breath. Inhale. And exhale. All right, we're going to be going towards the back side of our mat. So we're going to keep our right leg, or our left leg bent, right leg open. We'll come to a low lunge here with our right leg extended. Adjust your left foot as necessary to make sure that your knee is on top of your ankle. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, sink. One more time, inhale. Exhale, sink deeper. Good. On your next inhale, we'll lower our right knee to the ground, flip the toes under, and we'll push our left foot, walk your left foot up to the left side of your mat, going into our lizard pose. So again, variations here. You can stay here in this position. You can work on opening up your left hip. Might feel a little crunchies as you're doing that, but just go gentle with that position. If you're ready for more, we'll open up the left hip and go down onto our forearms. Be sure to breathe. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale to release. And if you're really feeling like you're wanting more, you can also bend through the right knee, grasp your right foot with your right hand. Feel real deep stretch in both of your hips here in this lizard pose. also keep in mind that both sides of our body are not the same. So on one side of the body, you might need to go deeper than on the other. Or one side of the body might feel tighter than the other. So just be gentle with yourself. Use your breath as you inhale and exhale to release in the pose. We'll take one more round of breath here. Alright, if you're down on your forearms, go ahead and plant your wrists underneath your shoulders, and we'll walk our left foot back into our tabletop position. Push back into a child's pose. We should feel our hips allowed to sink a little deeper. Feel a little bit more relaxed here in our child's pose. We'll take 2 rounds of breath here. Alright, so we are done with our right side, left side body. We're going to move into a couple downward dogs, and then we'll head down to the back side of our body to do some final hip stretches and small lifts, and we'll be done for the day. So when you're feeling ready, we're going to come up to our tabletop position, flip the toes under, and push all the way up to our downward facing dog. Since this is our first downward facing dog, feel free to walk out your legs as much as you need. Focus on opening your chest, pulling your hips up towards the ceiling. Inhale and use that exhale to really dig deeper into your downward facing dog. Good. On your next inhale, I want you to take baby steps, walk your hands back to the back of your mat to meet your feet in a forward fold. Grasp your hands to opposite elbows, ragdoll position. Use gravity to really sink deeper. Play around here, moving your arms, your head. Make sure you have a micro bend or even a large bend, a lot of bend in your knees. We don't want to be hyperextending here. Put the hands back onto the ground, walk back forward into our downward facing dog. So hips go up, shoulders open. On your next inhale, let's lift up to a 3-legged downward dog. So right foot goes up towards the ceiling. Open up your hip, let your right foot pull down using gravity. Feel a nice hip opening stretch. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Straighten out the right leg, go ahead and plant it next to your left foot. Walk out your dog, inhale. And on your next inhale, lift our left leg up into 3-legged dog. Pull the left foot out and down using gravity to open up those hips on the left side. Roll out your ankle, inhale. Exhale, straighten out the left leg, plant it back down towards the right. This time we'll move forward. So on your next inhale, looking forward, you can step, hop, or take baby steps up into our forward fold position. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, roll one vertebrae at a time, coming to standing position. The last thing to rise is the crown of your head. Arms up to mountain pose. Good. Grabbing your left wrist with your right hand. Let's lean over to the right side. Open up your shoulders, inhale and exhale. Switching sides, grab your left hand with your right wrist, reaching over to the left side. Coming back to neutral. We're going to go down into our Malasana yogi squat. So you might want, or we're going to step our feet out a little bit wider. Toes can kind of face a little further out. So kind of in a, like a, oh my God, the word has just left me. I don't know what I was going to say. Anyways, we've got our toes facing outward. We're going to pretend there's a wall behind us as we lower down, opening up the knees to the side, hips lower down to the ground, and we've got our elbows on the inside of our knees. Whoops, all over. So use a lot of movement here. We can really use this position to open up those hips and feel a nice deep stretch. We're not here to be serious or holding this very still. You can also use your elbows to open up your hips and focus on opening your chest as you reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. We'll stay here for just one more round of breath. Let's stay here for 2 more rounds of breath. Stay here again. Okay, whenever you're ready, we're going to lower our bottom down to the ground. And we're going to bring our feet out in front of us, knees bent. All right, we're going to go into a figure 4. If this figure 4 position is too much for you, you're also welcome to come down to the ground and then engage in your figure 4. So we're going to start with our right side. We're going to bring our hands back behind our body, and we're going to lift our right ankle to our left knee. Using our arms, we're going to push our chest open as we really allow ourselves to dig deep into that figure 4. So again, if this is too much for you here, you can also be down on the ground, holding this figure 4 position, maybe a little bit less intense down here. You can also come onto your elbows. Lots of different variations. Wherever your body needs you to be is where you are today. Let's go through a couple rounds of breath. If you are up on your hands, make sure that you are opening up your chest, using your chest to kind of dig deeper into that right hip. If you are up on your hands, we're going to go ahead and lower down to the ground, keeping our right leg in figure 4. Lift your left foot up off the ground and feed your hands through the space between your legs, grabbing behind your left hamstring. We'll pull our left leg in towards our chest, using our left leg to help us open up our right hip. Really use your exhale to release any tension that your hip is holding on to. Inhale. Exhale. Roll out your left ankle. One more round of breath. All right, still staying in our figure 4 position. We're going to set our left ankle kind of behind our right buttocks. And we're going to lower our legs to the left side. So letting our right foot touch to the left side of our body. Hands can come to a T, or you can also rest your left hand on your right leg. Adjust wherever you need. This is kind of a spinal twist with a hip stretch. You're also welcome to grab your right hand to your left foot if that's available and get a stretch there. Kind of a funky pose, but wherever you need to feel it. All right, if you're feeling ready for it, if we've got our right hand grasping our left foot, we're going to lift our knees kind of back up and also grab the left hand to your right foot. So we're in kind of a funky, like pretzel position. And we're going to use our hands to kind of pull our feet down. Feeling a stretch, I feel this on the inside of my right hip as well as the outside of my left hip. So we're using our hands just to kind of squeeze out those hip muscles. All right, unwind from your pretzel position. We're going to switch to our left side. So if you start, again, your body will be different on both sides. If you want to try starting in seated position, we'll bring our left foot on top of our right knee, and we'll do our figure 4 position. Lots of variations. You can be here up on your hands, opening your chest. You can be down on your elbows. And you can also be down on the ground. Wherever your body wants you to be today is where you're going to be. So we're using our breath to release any muscle tension, but also sink deeper into those stretches. We'll take a few rounds of breath here, so get cozy. If you are on your hands, make sure that you are not letting your chest collapse, but you are opening up through your chest. If you're on your hands, go ahead and lower down to the ground, keeping your legs in your figure four position. Feed your hands through your legs to grab on the back side of your right hamstring. And then use your arms to pull your legs closer to your chest. Inhale, and then use that exhale to release the parts of your body holding you back. Really relax. Feel that deep stretch in your hips. Roll out your right ankle. All right, releasing our hands, we're going to lower our right foot back behind our left buttocks. And we're going to lower our left foot down to the ground, kind of a funky little twisted figure four position. Option to have your hands out to a T, right hand on your left leg, or also grab your right foot with your left hand. This position really depends on your areas of flexibility. So for some of us, we feel this very deeply, and for some of us, we don't. But it's always good to get a little twist in our body just to feel out different positions. If you're feeling up for it, we're going to go into what I'm going to call our pretzel position. So we've got our left hand grasping our right foot, and we're going to grab our right hand to our left foot. Use your hands to kind of squeeze your hips in closer to each other, pull your feet down. Feel free to use movement in this position, right? So use your hands to kind of get deeper into those hips. Again, for me, I feel this really on my outside of my left hip, the inside of my left hip. We'll stay here for one more round. Go ahead and release your feet, untwist your legs, shake them out. Putting your feet down, knees bent, feet down by your bottom. Put your feet together and then release your knees out to the side. So we're in like a laying down butterfly position. Have your hips on your hands on your inner thighs if you want. Really start to slow down. It's been a nice, slow, restorative practice, but now we're really starting to connect with the ground, to find space in our day to just be. All right, we're going to finish our practice with a supine twist. You can stay here if that's what you need for yourself today. If you are wanting a supine twist, we're going to bring our knees back to the top, straighten out your left leg, keeping your right leg bent. We're going to bring our right hand out to a T, lift the right hip up and over, bringing our right knee down to the left side of our body, supine twist. Lots of variations here. You can stay here. You can goalpost your arm to get a little more stretch in the upper spine. You can twist the your head to get an upper neck twist as well. Really using technical terms to refer to our body today. Really use your breath, inhale, and exhale to release any parts that are really squeezing. Let them relax in order to get deeper into this twist. When you're feeling ready, we'll come back to neutral, bending both knees into our chest. Grasp your arms around your shins, squeeze real tight at the top. Good, release the right leg straight and down, left leg stays bent. Left arm goes out to the side T position as we lift our left hip up and over to get our left knee over to the right side of our body. Lots of variations. You can stay here. You can goalpost out your left arm. When I say that, I mean you're bending your left elbow to a 90-degree position. You can also add an upper neck twist with lifting your head over to the left side. Use your exhale to release any parts of your body squeezing too tight. And when you're feeling ready, we'll come back to neutral position. One more time, grabbing our knees towards our chest, elbows over our shins. Squeeze everything super, super tight. This time I want you to have tension so that as we release down into our Savasana, we can feel total relaxation. Arms are straight down and by our side. Lift your shoulders back and down. Move any skin or body parts that are keeping you from being fully connected to the ground. Good. We're going to take a couple of intentional inhale, exhale breathing exercises. So we're going to inhale for 6 and exhale for 8. This is going to be a really deep breath. Really feel your body, your lungs fill, and then empty completely. We'll do that 3 times. So getting ourselves ready, we're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll let you do the last one on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Feel free to continue with that breathing or come back to a more normal pace. We'll stay here in Savasana for a few moments. Take this time to connect with the ground, connect with your body. If you're feeling any thoughts coming into your mind, just let them pass through, not letting anything stress us in this moment. Feel a connection to how your body feels after going through this yoga practice, and remembering that in times of stress we can always come back to this feeling. And we can use our inhale and exhale to release any tension throughout our day. We can use our exhale to relax our muscles when we're feeling too tense. Remembering that our state of our body is also a state of our mind. I'd encourage you to stay here all day, but if you do have things to move on to, when you're ever ready, you're going to roll over to one side of your body. Tuck your knees into your chest. When you're feeling ready, we'll push up to one side, come into a seated position. Take this final moment to maybe roll in neck. Roll out your shoulders. I really appreciate you joining me for this practice today, and I hope to see you again. Namaste.